When I started to realize that I have to get better, that improve my knowledge, my skills, things started to go on the road again.
It's so much risk and fear and stuff to start your own business.
Friends don't buy from you for so many reasons. One of those is that they just don't trust you because they know you from somewhere else, and now you're selling insurance because I know you and you're this guy. You're Jesse. You're not a life insurance agent.
And so many people, they want to start as a part-time agent, and there's nothing wrong. But what happens a lot of times is people want to work part-time, but they don't actually, they forget like the work part. They say they work part-time and all right, awesome. So we're live here. We are insurance agents. Super excited. I got a special guest today. Man, I got to meet this guy, Jesse. We met, I'm trying to think, probably about a year and a half ago, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Right? About a year and a half ago, we got to meet. Super cool. Little quiet, right? Little quiet sometimes. Definitely when you got something to say, you say it. Super focused, man. You are so focused. I see it in you. I see it in your words, and ultimately I see it in your action. So really excited. So guys, if you're jumping on now, let me know where you're at, where you're calling in from. Let's just check here. Give a couple minutes for some people to show up. Got the chat open. So let us know where you're calling in from. We got a special guest today, Jesse from Miami, Florida. How's the weather in Miami today?
No, it's okay. It's great. I don't think I'm going to move from here if I don't go to Costa Rica or something like that. I'm going to go to that part over there.
So Miami's, that's it. You love it there. You're never leaving.
I don't think I'm going to be leaving. If I go somewhere, I'm going to go to Costa Rica, I don't know, Puerto Rico, somewhere over there. But I'm not going to the winter, man. No, I don't like it.
Have you ever lived anywhere where it gets cold?
Never. I don't want to even
Never.
try.
Don't want to try. Got
No.
it. Awesome. All right, guys. So if you're just getting on here, let me know where you are, where you're from. Let me send a couple messages over here. Make sure everyone knows we are live. Let's see here. Computer works. There we go. We got some people. Okay, there we go. Marianne's on. Valerie's on. Okay, so we're a little lag behind for sure when we're doing our live. Lost it. There we go. All right. So Marianne's got the fire. All right, cool. Now I'm starting to see the people. Awesome. So is it cold today in Florida?
No, man. No, not at all. Not at all. It's just okay. It's just okay. No, here we don't have that kind of issue. Actually, it's a regular time, for us.
Regular.
We are
Okay,
in
that's what I
April.
thought.
We
You're
are
talking
in
about
April
cold
now,
though.
so.
Got it. Awesome. All right, guys. So, man, again, talking a little bit about Jesse before you got here. Just super focused, super dialed in, big goals. And, one thing that's really cool about Jesse is when I met Jesse, we were working together and he started as a part-time agent. And so many
That's right.
people, they want to start as a part-time agent, and there's nothing wrong. I'm all for part-timers, right? There's nothing wrong with a part-time agent. But what happens a lot of times is people want to work part-time, but they forget like the work part. They say they work part-time, and Jesse, sometimes you can't even tell. Sometimes would still be producing as a full-time agent, So I hope he goes over a little bit of that, what got him into insurance, what keeps him so focused, and just talks a little bit about like life before insurance and gives you guys some tips. Jesse's got so much amazing knowledge. I hear so many great things that you say, Jesse, and like you just like so many things on point. And not just talk, right? Again, I know a lot of people have like great knowledge, but like you back your knowledge up with actions, man. So the floor is yours, Jesse. Love to hear what you got to say today.
Okay, man. Actually, when I before I started this, I apologize about my English. It's not the best, guys. I'm doing my best here. Okay, because all I do is in Spanish. Okay, but before I started this, I was working in a retail store. Never ever before thought that I could be working at sales. I never thought that I have the power of convincement for people. Never thought about that. But somebody said to me, okay, life insurance is a great business. You should go in there. I just tried. As I do everything in my life, I push. So I tried to push at the beginning. The first year that I have my license, I didn't make any sale, any, not even one sale. I went to Walmarts, I went to barber shops to deliver my business cards and everything. Nothing happened. I don't know. Well, I know now, but at that time, I didn't know what was going on because how is that possible? This is a hot business. How is the people not needing what I have here to offer? I have a lot of things to say. And I was an immigrant trying to know how this business works, but English, no connections. I don't even have knowledge on the internet. Because in Cuba, where I come from, internet is not something that you have every day. I didn't know how to Google how to be successful in life insurance. I didn't know how to do that. That's the truth. So uh, I started to read about leads, and but never felt ready about purchase that because it could be scam. I'm so new in this country. I don't know what to do. So I was a little bit slow about that. Then I met somebody. That person said to me, okay, we have a kind of a thing here. It's a business that you have a system that you can get leads, and you can call them out. They are interested. All you have to do is to help them. You know what I mean? It took me about 2 months or 3 months to be ready to do that, because you know what they say here, if it's too good to be true, it might not be true. I have the last year, it was not that good, so I thought, how is that going to be that possible that you call people that are interested? It took me like 3 months. First day that I sit in the computer, I make a sale. Second day, I make another sale. Third day, I make two more sales. I think I'm good at this. I guess I can be good at this. Um, I started the success. I am on top of the Everest now. At some point, I stopped selling life insurance with all that thing that I thought I was. I said, "What is this? Is this about the leads are changing? The people are not having money just now? What's going on with that?" I even thought this business is like created for agents to just not make money. That's what I thought. I never said that. I never talked about that, but all of that was in my head at that point. And but I don't know how, but for some reason, I started to realize it was all about me. It wasn't me. It wasn't ready yet. So when I started to realize that I have to get better, that improve my knowledge, my skills, my everything, things started to go on the road again. But I learned about something that is very important in this business, David. You have to breathe this business every day. I think about a soccer player. Soccer players, I know you guys say soccer here. I like to say football, but I'm gonna be on the mood with you. Uh, Soccer players, they play soccer the whole day, and when they are in free time, they watch soccer on TV. So they are all the time breathing soccer. So let me try to think about that. As a soccer player, I'm going to be like an agent trying to help people in every hours that I have in the day. And when I don't have that time to talk to people because too late for them, they are sleeping, I can hear where I say, I can learn from the best. I can do all of that. So I can improve my skills and my performance about that. That's pretty much my story.
I love it, man. Jesse, I mean, you said so many great things, but one thing that definitely stood out is when you and it's like so hard for me to believe because I know how much business you're right now, and I know your skills and your ability, and like I can't imagine you getting your license and working a year and not making a sale
That's right.
in a whole year. And what excuse me, what would be one thing that changed for you where you go from not selling to selling, if you just had to like pick one little thing?
Brother, leads all the time, leads all the time. You know, there is a say in Spanish. Um, I don't know how to say that in English, but friends don't buy from you. I don't know if you have heard that before. Friends don't buy from you for so many reasons. One of those is that they just don't trust you because they know you from somewhere else, and now you're selling insurance. What's wrong with this guy? I rather buy for somebody else that I don't know, but I think he's better than you because I know you and you're this guy. You're Jesse. You're not a life insurance agent. So friends and people that is near you at the beginning, they just don't trust you. So if you wait for that, you could succeed, but it's going to took you like so many years, I think. But when you have leads, when you're talking to people every day, your skills are going to skyrocket. So I think it's leads the thing that changed the game here.
Yeah, I agree because one thing that got me interested in insurance, or the one question I had was like, do you have leads? Because I try to sell stuff without leads before, and man, try to find someone to sell to, that's work. So when the lead cuts that, Marianne said for you to say it in Spanish.
Yeah, she wants me to speak Spanish. Do you think?
No, you were saying you didn't know how to say it right in English.
Yeah,
So she was
just say it in
saying for you
Spanish.
to say it in Spanish.
Yeah. But it's about that. Friend doesn't buy from you. They just don't buy. You have to help people that I don't know why they just don't know you, but you're able to help them in a better way than helping people that is near you for some reason. That's not my thing. I'm not gonna be starting about that. But it's a weird thing, but it happens.
Yeah, same thing with me. Right? Same thing. Very few people I know personally got insurance policies versus people with leads. It's just I don't know. It's funny how people rather support Amazon or these big businesses versus their small business, or or it's like the one thing you hear is like, hey man, you wash cars, like say you wash cars for a living, and it's like, hey, can you do mine since we're friends, can you do mine for cheap? And it's like, no, you should pay your friend more, right? Like you should support their business, you should pay them more. And it's like the mind's like so messed up. It's like, it's so much risk and fear and stuff to start your own business, right? So like if you're listening here and you got a friend that's starting a small business, like I needed an espresso the other day, and I was out on my scooter, and I didn't even need one, but I was out on my scooter and I'm like, you know what, I was still like super far. I was like 8 blocks, 10 blocks away from my buddy who owns a coffee shop, and I haven't seen in a while. So like I went all the way there, bought a coffee from him. I was in the mood for a coffee, so like I'm gonna go buy a coffee and then say hi to him, man. I was like, it's like support the small business.
Yeah.
And I remember when I first was getting coffee from him, I gave him $100. So I bought a shot of espresso. I gave him 100. I gave him $100. Or other people would be like, "Hey, like hey man, let me get a free coffee. We're friends." And I was like, "No, here's $100 because you're starting a new business and you're gonna need it."
That's the way it should be.
So
That's the way it should be.
if you support small business, put small biz. I support small business in the chat. If you're falling short, say, "Man, I'm falling short." And you know what it is? I used to do the same thing. So just want to be always be transparent and honest. Like I used to have the same mindset too, where I wanted my friends that own businesses to give me deals, right? But the mindset changes as you grow and become more successful. Valerie says we need espresso every day. Joanna says, "Is the audio going in and out, or is it just me?" It's just you, Joanna. No, I think we're having some internet issues over here in the island. Um, Jessica supports small businesses. Michelle supports small businesses. Hey Jesse, which products are you selling the most? So what product do you sell the most, Jesse?
Actually, I always try to focus on final expense because what the way that I see it, final expense is more like a need from the luxury. And most of the people that need final expense, you're really helping them, not making them feel that they can achieve some kind of dream or some kind of unicorn. In this case, final expense is something that is a real problem, and you really guide them for the right path to help them, and they are very grateful for that, and they are really needing you. I think that's the best business to start in this kind of industry because of that. Most of the client, they really need you. They really need you, and I feel like I'm doing an important thing for society. Also, that's something that I always had. I didn't like a work or a job where I'm not helping people. So in this kind of case, I feel that I'm helping people. So that's something that fulfills me a lot. But I can do everything.
I love
I
that
can
you
do
say
anything.
that. I agree. I agree. I believe it. And there's something I don't think people like understand about final expense. Like it's literally a golden opportunity right now. I was on a meeting this morning with a bunch of insurance agents, doing a training call, and 10,000 seniors are turning 65 every day, and that's like every 2.5 days. That's like filling up Madison Square Garden with somebody that needs your product, and like understand like the market, right? As an entrepreneur, you always want to give yourself the best odds of survival, the best odds of being successful, and looking for like a growing market. It's just what makes sense. So there's a lot of different opportunities and different things that change in the market, and at some point final expense won't be the best thing to sell, but right now it is. And I believe that that's if you're an insurance agent and you're not on the final expense bandwagon, I think you're definitely missing out on the greatest opportunity out there right now, especially for insurance agents.
That's right. That's right.
Any
You
other
said
questions
something.
for Jesse?
You,
If you got
s-
some questions, throw them in there. Go ahead.
you said something to me. What is the main thing for this kind of success? I said leads, but also I think like a mentor can make you shortcut so many things. Because I'm not a good. I have to say. I'm gonna be. I'm always honest. I'm not the best person to have a mentor because I like to be sure what I'm doing. So I take my time. But when you have someone to follow, that person does this, and you, okay, just do it. Just do it. If the mentor does what you want to achieve, just go there. If it's a person, if it's not a scam or something like that, it's a person that you know that is proof that it has success, just follow that person. So that will help you and that will save you a lot of time. I really think that.
Yeah, I was actually did a podcast. I was a guest on a podcast this early this afternoon, and he was asking me like what my status was in, or my like basically ranking from 1 to 10 in like my energy levels, my spiritual level, and it was just these different things. And I told him like as far as like energy and fitness and stuff, like I'm up there because I'm following like programs of smart people that figured it out, and I'm like doing what they're doing, and it's like optimizing my health, and I feel better than I've ever felt. But like again, it's like having a mentor. Like one, I follow a program at the gym now, so I don't just go there, I don't make it up, I don't do it myself. Like I follow a professional that says, hey, do this when you go to the gym for this long and take this long of a break and then do this, and I just follow it to the T, and it's like I feel the difference in my body. I see the difference in my body. A lot of times when I used to go work out, I would be exhausted afterwards because I would put too much on my body. And now seeing the difference, I'm like, oh wow, I don't think I was helping myself. I think I was actually putting my body through too much stuff, right? And it just again, right back to the simplest thing is like, stop trying to figure out how to do it yourself. get a mentor. No matter what it is. Like if it's fitness, how to eat. It's amazing how like so many times in my life I thought I knew what eating healthy was versus like how I eat now, and like realize like there's levels to everything. And if you think you know and you don't think anyone can help you, like you're doomed in that. Yeah, and that could be selling insurance. That could be anything. Um, Lauren says, Jesse, get it. Trying to do it like her. I think I sounded exactly like her. Marianne says, Reaper, that's so we hear it in the back. Reaper, that's what we hear in the back. I don't know what Marianne's talking about. She's speaking Spanglish again. And Valerie, I always support small businesses, especially when they are local. That's it. That's because there's no big businesses in Rain or in Doosan, Valerie. Um, Jesse, how do you promote yourself? So, what are some ways that Joanne is asking? How do you promote yourself?
What do you mean by that? Do you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know if it's your internet or my internet or maybe a combination, but it's going in and
Yeah,
out a little bit. But
yeah.
it's okay. So she's asking how you promote yourself. So I think that's, I mean, your first year, that's what you did. You promoted yourself a lot, but I don't think you said that was a waste of your time, basically, right?
No, man, no. If you want to succeed, if you want to make at least 6 to 7 policies weekly, you gotta use leads. There's no way you cannot be capable of knowing that many people that needs life insurance on your world market. It's not gonna be possible. It's just not physically possible. Think about this. How are you going to be closing 7 to 8 deals every week if you don't have in your town? It's not going to be possible. How is that going to be possible? People that needs life insurance in that case, 8 people, you gotta get leads. That's the only way to make the business to the next step. That's what I think. Okay, I'm not sure if you're hearing, listening me.
Repeat. I said David in the good English you taught me. Um, yeah, you broke up. Is you think it's a headset? Is the headset going in
No,
and out, Jesse?
I don't think I well,
Not the headset. You don't think?
you want me to take it
No, I
off?
think
Let
it's
me
the
see.
internet.
I'm good at
No problem.
internet
So,
now.
so what Jesse was saying, in case it broke up, basically, well, I think it looks like Joanna heard it because she's asking how you get your leads. So basically, in case anyone missed it, he was saying that his first year he went to Walmart's, barbershops, handed out business cards, talked to strangers, did everything that he thought he should be doing to be successful. Sold zero insurance policies from doing that. Then basically learned about leads, started getting leads, and completely changed his life, right? Because now he's just talking to people looking to buy his products. Um, so I think that's super awesome. And again, same thing. I was with the network marketing company, same exact thing. I was trying to create leads, barely made any sales, and then I learned about leads. I learned about demand, and it completely changed my life.
Yeah,
Um,
and that's a good
any
number
other
because
anyone else with any other questions for Jesse? What's that?
that's a good way to think about this. You said something. I started as a part job in this. I started with another job, and it took me a little longer than I expected to make the full jump. But it was because I was thinking. Do you hear me well? Well, I guess I was thinking about how am I gonna pay rent in this business if I just don't make sales? What is going to happen? So I created in my head like something to make me feel good. So I know if you make a sale, you feel good. But if you don't make a sale, how are you going to feel good if you don't make a sale? Well, at least I had 5 presentations. That makes me feel good as well. But if I cannot make 5 presentations in the day, how am I going to feel good in the day? So I have to make 300 dials. If I don't make five presentation, I make 300 dials. If I don't make 300 dials, I'm always going to make 300 dials, right? Because it's in my hands. That's something that I can control. I cannot control the sales. I cannot control the presentations, because if people doesn't want to listen to me, so it's not going to happen. But I can control the dials. How am I going to be able to make those dials feeling good by myself? Investing every day. So if I have people to talk about life insurance every day, I'm not going to feel bad any day. And that's like something that I created in my head to make me feel good every day that I go to bed. That's what I try to do. And I don't know if you guys got that, because there's a internet problem here.
Just lost it towards the end. No big deal. I think we got the most. And you brought up another really good point too, because again, it's because your part time effort is like full time, but you left a full time job to sell insurance.
Yeah.
Um, now that you're on the other side of that, because I know, like you said, there's a lot of fear and it took you longer than you expected. Now that you're on the other side, do you feel like you did it at the right time, or you're like, oh my goodness, I should have done this sooner?
I think I had money that I had to take like a year ago. That's what I think. I should have been doing that like much more time ago to make the money that I need. That money now. I want the money now, and I cannot go take the time back. So I have to do it now. But I'm good.
Got it, got it. And then Joanna's is asking, how do you get your leads? She wants to know how you get your leads.
Well, where I work, we have an in-house lead system. It's something like it's not for sale. It's if where I work, so it's something like you trust about the system and everything. You think you know that it's not for profit. As I say, it's something that is trying to make us be better every day. And in the other hand, it's not just about the leads. It's about the way that where I work, we do the things. We're always there helping each other. So if you don't know how to talk to this client, you just raise your hand and somebody's going to help you. If I don't help you, somebody else is going to. So most of the time, you're never alone. You're never alone in any of the process, buying leads, talking to people, feeling bad, feeling good. You're not going to be alone in no part of the process. So it's something like I think it's a great system. That's what I think now.
Awesome. And then Marianne was asking, what does your daily activity look like, so people here get to see like what is your daily, what are you doing on a daily basis?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Um, Everybody thinks about the job as 8 hours every day. I don't think that way. So I mean, we work for results instead of for job. We don't get paid as for hour. We get paid for results. So I need to be putting all the hours that I can all the time. For example, if I sit in the computer and I make a sale, do you hear me? I don't know if you hear me. Uh, I think we are lost. Do you hear me?
Yeah, you broke up a minute, but
And now, how about now?
we'll have to do a part two sometime.
Yeah, I think it deserved it. I think it deserved it. But I don't know if you hear me. You hear me? I'm seeing you great. I'm seeing you. I'm seeing you. You're moving your eyes and everything.
You see
So
me
I
great?
guess
Perfect.
yeah. I think we're good now. We're good now.
All right. So I think you're um yeah, no problem, Jesse. I think we got most of it. Yeah, we'll close up. We'll close it up, and we'll definitely do a part two sometime. So, everyone, guys, really appreciate you jumping on here. Jesse, thank you so much. for
My
jumping on.
pleasure.
Super excited to have you. And uh, that's it. Every Thursday, we are insurance agents. We're going to be going live, so definitely jump on here, invite some friends, and next Thursday we'll skip next Thursday. I'll be in Italy next Thursday, so maybe I have a special surprise. Maybe I'll see if Cody Askins could jump on. I guess we got to see the time zone. So everyone, appreciate you. Thank you so much, Jesse. Have an amazing night. Appreciate everyone. Take care. All right, bye.